Hello, I'm John Davis, a historian and student at Liberty University, and this discussion will focus on an American Revolutionary Era public history location right here in the state of Kentucky, Fort Boonesborough State Park. During the American Revolution, 8 named battles occurred in Kentucky, frequently in the form of sieges of frontier outposts and forts. Of these, the siege of Boonesborough, which occurred from 7 to 18 September of 1778, occurred at the public history location we are discussing today. Boonesborough itself was established as a frontier way station known as Fort Boone in April 1775 by Daniel Boone on behalf of the Transylvania Company. 1775 being the year the first shots of the American Revolution were fired, Kentucky represented the western frontier at this point, and Boone Station was one of the first settlements in the region. Boone and his party had reached the location, which lies on the western bank of the Kentucky River in Madison County, having blazed a trail into the area through the Cumberland Gap from Fort Watauga in what is now Tennessee. The choice of location for Boone Station was no accident, being chosen 60 yards from the river and only 200 yards from a salt lick, giving the settlers access to two important resources for survival most don't think twice about today: clean water and salt. The settlers soon began to call the location Fort Boone once a defensive palisade was constructed, and by 1779 it was being referred to as Boonesborough, becoming the first chartered town in the Kentucky region of the Commonwealth of Virginia under that name in October of 1779. Daniel Boone himself would live in the settlement from 1775 to 1779 and would take part in many of the Revolutionary War actions fought in the area. In 1776, the year the Declaration of Independence was approved by the Continental Congress, Boonesborough was attacked by Indians twice, one of these requiring the rescue of 3 girls, Jemima Boone and Fanny and Betsy Calloway. Boone himself was shot in the ankle during an Indian attack in April of 1777, but recovered. The nature of the war in Kentucky was different than that along the Atlantic coast, and was principally fought between patriotic settlers and militias on one hand, with loyalist militias, a small number of British forces, and paid Indian auxiliaries forming the other. The siege of Boonesborough in 1778 would see Daniel Boone subsequently accused of harboring loyalist sentiments and court-martialed on charges that he had betrayed his command and sought to surrender Boonesborough. Subsequently cleared, Daniel Boone would part with a large party of settlers to form New Boone Station north of the river. Boonesborough itself would fade from initial significance, failing to expand with Kentucky, and had faded to obscurity by the mid-19th century with little remaining but a rustic village. Boonesborough State Park was established on the site June 14th of 1963 with the modern construction of a representative working frontier fort being completed and opened in 1974. Archaeological investigation of the site identified Daniel Boone's initial station, features of the Boonesborough fortification and tobacco warehouses, as well as the Fort Ancient Native American Village, and most of the park was listed on the National Register of Historic Places as a historic district of important archaeological importance in 1994, with the site of Fort Boonesborough itself being designated a National Historic Landmark in 1996. Today, public history educational opportunities include exploring the original fort site, as well as visiting the living history exhibits at the replica working fort. These living history displays not only provide a look at Revolutionary War action, particularly during the annual siege of Boonesborough reenactment, but the lives of pioneer-era Kentucky as well. This location provides an interesting look at both historic aspects of the Revolutionary Era in Kentucky, but also provides the opportunity to walk the Halley Homestead Trail, the Pioneer Forge Trail, which runs along the Spring Run Branch, a location which played a significant role in the siege of 1778, as well as the opportunity to visit the Kentucky River Museum, which looks at the lives of those who lived and worked the Kentucky River into the 1900s. Fort Boonesborough State Park provides a wealth of public history opportunities and would be a worthwhile addition to any American history curriculum, especially during the Revolutionary Era, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.